Self-sabotage is when you do or don't do things that will get in the way of what you truly want more than anything else. True love, goals at work, results with your body, success in life and business, confidence in yourself and your skills and what you have to offer. And it affects every area of your life, personal and professional. When we continue with these self-sabotaging behaviors, it also creates problems in daily life and slows down your actual goals and desires. Self-sabotage is when we destroy, undermine, or hinder ourselves across any of the 5 layers. We sabotage our physical body by eating ice cream at 10 o'clock at night right before going to bed. We sabotage our mental body by telling ourselves that we suck. We sabotage our emotional body by getting ourselves into trauma bonds and entanglements. We sabotage our spiritual body by not trusting our intuition and getting far from our practices and the things that keep us connected to something bigger than ourselves. And we sabotage our bliss by not saying yes to the invitation, by not coming out and joining us for, meetups or parties or invitations when all you have to do is just ask for a day off of work. And it ultimately comes from within your programming and inner compass. Self-sabotage is also known as behavioral dysregulation and can be conscious or unconscious. It's when your programming makes you act in a way that keeps creating the exact outcome you don't want. When you self-sabotage, you create or recreate the least desired outcome. You repeat the patterns, you manifest your fears, and you perpetuate the narrative in your head everywhere you go. So whatever your narratives are, whether it's, I don't belong here, I'm awkward, they don't like me, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough, okay? And so every time you sabotage yourself, you are basically perpetuating that narrative. You're manifesting your fears. You're just repeating the same patterns and recreating your least desired outcomes. When you self-sabotage, you hustle for your worthiness instead of tuning into abundance. You end up in another trauma bond, whether it's romantic, platonic, or at work. You constantly feel guilty and burdened with responsibility. You burn yourself out and want to quit everything when you feel this way. When you are self-sabotaging, you typically don't even realize you're self-sabotaging when you do it. When you self-sabotage, you end up burning yourself out and then want to quit everything. And then that is when you quit everything and you rage quit and you walk out on something maybe you shouldn't. You're reactive when really it was not about the thing that you're burned out on that is the problem. It's you that burned yourself out on the thing. It's not the job that burned you out that makes you want to quit. It's you that burned yourself out on the job that makes you want to quit. So then because of that, you stay stressed the fuck out, you get short, and you get hot-tempered with your people. When you self-sabotage, you feel stuck all of a sudden when everything was just fine last week. You hide in shame holes for long periods of time, making it worse as you go on the day-to-day, daily. And you're exhausted and tired all the time. What are the ways that you end up doing that? Not getting in your body regularly. Using substances as a coping mechanism. Eating when you're full or ignoring hunger cues from the body, dating or using dating apps as a distraction, overthinking, indecisiveness, avoidance, and inaction, not reaching out for help sooner and dragging yourself, ignoring red flags when getting into any relationship, multitasking and not being fully present with loved ones, holding grudges, focusing on what's missing, nitpicking what's wrong, procrastination, running late, night calendaring, or over calendaring. And then obviously scarcity mindset, getting into the triangle, blaming others, all of that stuff. To me, I also lump those things together because to me, this is also a dysfunction of your mind, right? This is a dysfunction of programming. Let's talk about conscious and unconscious self-sabotage. Conscious self-sabotage is when you are aware of the fact that you are getting in the way of your progress, growth, healing, but you're doing the thing anyway when you know it's going to cause more harm. You do the thing anyways, even when you know it's going to cause more delays in the long run. More delays in your healing, more delays in your goals, more delays in your weight loss, more delays in your career success, more delays in the peace you want to feel, whatever that is. You do it anyways. Unconscious self-sabotage is when you don't even realize you did the thing again until you're stuck, angry, or resentful. You do the thing, and then you realize it's actually setting you back than moving forward. But you don't even realize it until after the fact. Sometimes you don't even realize it at all. Let's get into the why a little bit. If the thing we're talking about here is self-sabotage, wouldn't it just, obviously, it's just simple math. It makes sense that it's happening because of low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-love, low self-appreciation. That would naturally be the reason why we self-sabotage. Like, to me, that's just like 1 + 1 = 2. Lack of self-awareness, running on autopilot, old programming, it dies hard, and you don't even realize you're doing it. Fear of fill in the blank, fear of rejection, fear of looking stupid, fear of abandonment, fear of loss, fear of confrontation, to maintain your false identity. Just simply not knowing your blind spots. Just resistance to change or being called in. Emotional overwhelm or strong disconnect from your feelings. We also self-sabotage because we want power and control, which is also the fear of letting go of control. First things first, how do you stop self-sabotage? Be coachable and willing to do the hard stuff. Getting radically honest with yourself about your choices. Is this the right thing for you? Is this what your heart really wants more than anything? Is this what's really going to help you grow? Or are you actually doing this out of fear? Are you actually doing this out of comfort? Are you doing this out of whatever? Whether it's like binging on food, going into your coping mechanisms, dropping into another relationship, like whatever that is, get radically honest with yourself about your choices and pull up that hard mirror to yourself. Make small incremental changes and commitments. Take immediate and imperfect action. Reach out for help. Let people support you. Let people in. Be open to love and care. Observe, reflect, take RR for your patterns. If you realize and you recognize that there has been a pattern that is being formed, that's a gift. That's a gift that you even recognize that pattern, right? And you can go somewhere from there. Slow down. Stop moving so fast. Pump the brakes often. Communicate and have conversations before assuming. And then obviously, this is always the big overarching, do the work and get to the root cause of your desires and struggles. And then last but not least, find your authentic self instead of choosing unconscious programming. This is not an overnight process. This is something that happens over time. Again, as we continue to do the work to get to the root cause, as we communicate, as we slow down, as we take RR, as we let people in, as we let people help us, as we take immediate and perfect action, take small changes, get radically honest, and stay coachable, we are able to find our authentic selves.